Guest is Rakan Rafat, a remarkable individual who was paralyzed in 2020, but since then has gone on to achieve incredible things. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you guys for having me here.
Not at all. We're honored.
Of course. Yes, we're very excited to have you here and just hear all about your story. So how are you doing today?
I'm amazing. I'm very happy to be here to do this interview with you guys.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Did you skip school?
Yes.
What school are you? Do they know you're on the show today?
Oh,
Nope.
you should have told them. You should have told them. You should have told them. It would have been very cool for them to see that you're going to be here.
They can see it after.
They can see it after.
Okay, that's perfect.
We want to talk about your journey since 2020,
Yeah.
but before we get there, can we look back at 2020 and can you explain to everyone what happened?
So one day, one morning, me and two of my friends decided to go to a park. And the weather wasn't the best the night before, and it was kind of windy that morning. And we went to the park and we sat down on like a bench, and there was a big wood wall behind me and two of my friends. One of my friends got up actually because he got a phone call, and then 2 seconds later he looks back and the wall is falling on my back, and the person next to me, my friend that was next to me, it fell on her back also. And we were stuck under that wall for quite a bit of time because it weighed like almost 1 ton, so it was very, very heavy. So it needed like a lot of security guards just to lift it up a little bit to pull me out of like from under that wall. But then after that, that's where like my point, where like that's the point my life changed, where like I became paralyzed from waist down, and yeah, that's the story. Yeah.
So there is no cure, not even with physiotherapy.
Physiotherapy is just to keep me active, but like it's not the cure to getting me to walk again, you know.
Can you remember how you felt at that time?
I was awake actually the whole time. My friend passed out, so she does not remember anything. But I was awake during that time, and I was trying, and I can hear my friend telling me, try to push, and I was telling him, I like can't feel my legs, so I can't push, like, you know. And at that point, I just like I thought like something worse was gonna happen, but thank God, like.
Thank God.
You know?
I mean, when did you know that you are going to be paralyzed from waist down?
The moment they pulled me out from under the wall, that's when I was like, are my legs there? I was asking the people around me, like, are my legs there? Like, you know? And that's when like I realized that's like my life is just gonna change.
You knew that you are going to be paralyzed?
Yeah.
You know?
The moment I couldn't feel my legs, that's when I was like, done. Like,
You're saying this so easily,
yeah.
but I'm listening and I've got goosebumps, and I'm like, what you went through, so brave, and what you've done since then is so incredible. Did you have a moment where you thought, how did you go on to achieve? You know, did you have is there ever a moment that you were down, or were you always like, this is going to be my life change and I'm going to do great things?
Of course, like when I was in the hospital, I wasn't like in the best physical and mental situation because of like what happened wasn't easy to come over, like to take like over and move on from it. So it was very difficult to move on from it. And then, but at some point of my life, I realized that it happened. So I just need to make a change. I need to do something to get out of my comfort zone and do what I like and go back to the sports and everything.
That's very inspiring because,
Thank you.
You know, some people, like, if they do get paralyzed, they tend to have it or the mentality that their life is over.
Yeah.
But how long did it take you to get to that realization that, you know, your life is not over, that let me continue my life as I wanted to?
It didn't take me that long. Like after my accident, by a month and a half, I went to Germany. And then in Germany, like I went for rehabilitation. So that's when I realized that there are many things that I can do, like many sports, many things. So that's what pushed me, you know. And I just started reading about these, like I said, Paralympics. I started reading about many, many things. And so that's what like pushed me to like do these sports and move on from it.
This is it, because we could literally list the achievements, the awards, and all the incredible things that you've done. But like, let's kick off. You invented an all-terrain wheelchair.
Yeah.
How did that come about, and why wasn't it there first? Is this it?
No, this is not it. It's actually at home. But so me and my friends, two of my friends from school, we decided that we want to enter the national award for science, in Dubai, like a competition. And we decided that we want to enter and like create something that will benefit like my people in my case. So we started reading, and there was no other wheelchair like in the world, and that does what the one I created does. Amazing. And it's actually the first wheelchair to be created in the UAE, and it's by us. So like,
that is literally
good on you. So what is like
blown away
specificities of the wheelchair that you've created?
Yeah, so this wheelchair, like I can do over 7 sports in it, because every sport in the wheelchair industry, like you need a different chair because of the cambers, like angle. And so this wheelchair, I've created something that will change the camber of the wheels to adjust to any sport I would like. And I've also made it that I can also change it to like become an all-terrain wheelchair, like go on the sand, go on the beach, go on like all terrains, you know. And it has a special suspension system that we've created also. Like everything was done by scratch, like piece by piece. And so that's what's special about it.
And are they going to sell it around the world? Like, this sounds like, you know, a lot of people could benefit from it.
I mean, hopefully the idea is still hidden.
Yeah.
But hopefully soon it will be like shown to the public and out. And hopefully we'll be creating it and selling it to people at a good price. Because the point of this wheelchair it's that every wheelchair can go, or like the basketball wheelchair can go from 40 to 70,000 dirhams, not even more. And the daily wheelchair can cost to 70,000. Like the prices are just too much, like, and people can't afford that. And there was one problem I was facing, and that's what made me like not like doing many sports, is because every time I want to go do a sport, I have to change the wheelchair to go do that sport.
Yeah.
But in this wheelchair that I've created, I just sit on it, and it's a press of a button, and it does everything for me. So this is what's special about it.
So it's like an all-in-one. So you literally just said, it's like, I have this, it does not have me.
Yeah.
So it's honestly, it's
epic.
it's because like, I just can't imagine like you telling me the story, like having my life changed in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
I wanted to cry because like, how can you even just like move on from that? And you moved on in like what, like a month and a half?
Yeah.
Which is just like, you are a champion at this point.
Thank you so much.
Which is amazing.
And it's not just the creative side of, you know, creating wheelchairs. You've actually also gone on to become the fastest hand-controlled karting champion. So you've actually created something that you're going to use to be the best, right? So how many sports are you involved in, and how did you manage that?
I've done many sports, like basketball wheelchair, track wheelchair, many other sports that I've tried most of the sports, but the one sport that just like I liked a lot more than the others, because it was something I like, which is motorsport, and which hopefully I want to take it somewhere like. And so Dubai Cardrome actually did this hand control kart, and so I got in contact with them, and they got the kart ready for me, and I started actually like doing some Ironman races, which are like 1-hour races, and I was trying to like become better and better. So every time I would go there, I would just keep beating my time, and I want to thank them also for giving me all the support, which they've been there from the start. They've always been trying to support me, push me, like to become better always. The people there, the community of karting, all of them, I would like to thank them. Yeah.
That's amazing. As well, like, for example, you've mentioned that you had a friend as well, the thing fell on her, right? Did nothing happen to her?
No, something did happen to her. She broke a couple of parts in her back and her arm.
Okay.
And
but like, what was the reaction like when you came back to school and you were paralyzed?
Nothing. It felt more special.
Really? Yeah. They all, of course, were like, "Oh, hope you get better soon."
Yeah.
You're a hero because at this point.
Thank you.
And since then you've become a living book spokesperson.
Yes.
Can you tell us what that is?
So MBRU, Mohammed bin Rashid University for Medicine, invited me to speak to their students and to their professors about my story and to inspire them, you know, because they're med students, so it's a bit harder on them. So they need to just listen to someone and get that motivation, you know. And that's why that was the reason they invited me.
Yeah, you're like an inspiration of like nothing can stop in your way.
Yeah.
So technically, it's like nothing can stop in your way unless you allow it to, and you give it power to, which is beautiful. You didn't allow the fact that you got paralyzed get in your way of your dreams and achievements and so on and on and on, which is beautiful. I think we can even benefit from that. So, what is like one advice you would give anyone with a disability?
To just never give up and get out of your comfort zone and do what you like.
Yes.
Search, go check the sports out. Do something new, change, you know, not sit at home and do nothing. Like, just get out of your comfort zone.
It's amazing because you've taken on, without meaning to, you've taken on a role of inspiring others and being a living book spokesperson. That's what you're doing. Do you have any like, you know, and also, you know, your story's been made headlines.
Yeah.
So when you Google your name, you'll find Rakan Rafat. The story is there. So I'm sure you've had maybe people reaching out to you. Is there any kind of meaningful story that someone has shared with you that has touched you?
I mean, many people have messaged me, like some people message me about their kids. You inspire my kids, for example. Some people like that are on wheelchairs, they messaged me and they're trying to see what the sports I do, how do I do them, where do they get in contact with those people, and yeah.
But Rakan, I have a question. Yeah. So you say that you did not allow that to get to you and that you moved on in a month. How? Like, what was, like, let's say the recipe that, you know, what kept you motivated towards achieving your goals and not allowing you getting paralyzed to get in the way?
Just like the family support, the friend support, that was probably the biggest part of it. Like my family being there by my side and my friends. And just not really thinking about it much. Like that's what changed it like most. Like and just not really think about it and move on, you know.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't move on, then I would do nothing in my life.
That's true.
Speaking of moving on, before you leave us, I have no doubt that you have some big plans in store. What are your future goals? What do you hope for?
Hopefully I want to be like an endurance racing driver one day.
So cool.
And hopefully like have many more prizes and more like win more competitions hopefully. And yeah, so it is.
Rakan, you're an absolute legend. If anyone is inspired by Rakan's story, if they want to get in touch, if they have questions on any of your achievements or accomplishments, how can they find you?
On my Instagram, rakan.2607.
Awesome. By the way, Rakan skipped school to be here, so we're very grateful for that. Thank you so much. What school are you in?
Dubai National School.
Dubai National School. And also, you're from?
Jordan and Palestine.
Jordan, Palestine, amazing. We have Lovin Palestine and Lovin Oman, so we'll share your story there as well.
For sure.
Thank you so much for coming in, Rakan.
Thank you.
Guys, that is all we have time for on the Lovin Dubai show. We're back with you on Monday morning. Have a fabulous weekend, and we'll see you then. Same time, same place. Goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
Bye-bye.